every health disaster Stewie's ever had in Family Guy, all in one place. If you enjoyed the chaos, don't forget to subscribe and support the channel. Number 1. Stewie Gets Chickenpox, Season 4, Episode 22. The saga kicks off with Stewie and Brian taking a wholesome trip to the park, but being Stewie, wholesome quickly turns into Game of Thrones meets preschool.
Freeze tag?
No.
TV tag?
No.
If I can get some guys, you want to play Red Rover?
No. Maybe. You get the guys first, we'll talk about it.
Our boy wants to play Red Rover, but instead of asking nicely like a normal toddler, he recruits players by kicking a random kid in the crotch like he's auditioning for Cobra Kai, the nursery years.
No! Jungle Gym mine!
Hey, where'd you get the Pete Rose haircut?
Anyone else want to feel my Weebok in their grapes?
As the poor kid rolls on the ground in pain, Stewie cheers him on to cry like Sauron losing his contact lens, because empathy is for peasants.
Nobody move! Nobody move! Does anybody see it? It might be stuck to a tree or a rock. Anyone? Oh, I am so grounded.
Naturally, the other kids are so impressed by his ruthless charisma that one girl instantly falls for him and asks to be his girlfriend, like every Disney villain getting fan mail.
You! Did you get me my cheese whiz, boy?
You're my boyfriend.
Yes, dear, of course I am.
But the Empire's got problems. His minion M.I. Lloyd takes forever buying Fun Dip, and Stewie groans that running an empire is harder than finding the difference in an Abercrombie & Fitch catalog.
Ooh, there he is. There he is, right there.
Found him.
Oh, that was a tricky one.
Just as he's reveling in toddler tyranny, Bertram, his long-lost half-brother and part-time Bond villain, shows up to steal the spotlight and hijack the playground.
Bertram, I haven't seen you since our microscopic encounter. How the deuce did you get out of Peter's testicles?
He donated sperm.
Gross. Well, I don't mean to be a discourteous host, but this is my playground. I rule this territory.
Stewie, not one to back down, declares that he's gonna do to Bertram what Basic Cable did to comedy. It's go time.
Hey, why is Juan so happy?
I think he finally figured himself out.
Huh, I guess it takes Juan to know Juan.
A full-scale war erupts. Stewie launches an air assault with dozens of toy planes because diplomacy is for Dora the Explorer.
It's quite simple, actually. You press the smiling duck to take off, the cow with the bow tie to fire weapons, and the clown face is just a clown face. Enjoy it. Now, battle stations, everyone!
A dogfight ensues, ending with both their planes going down in flames, literally. But like any good action movie, the fight continues mid-air as they parachute down, yelling threats like skydiving Mortal Kombat characters. Their parachutes get stuck in a tree, so naturally they decide to settle the score with a 20 questions deathmatch.
Is it a man?
Yes.
Is he famous?
Yes.
Is he under 40?
No.
Over 40?
Yes.
On television?
Yes.
On television now?
No.
In the past 20 years?
Yes.
Is it Richard Mulligan?
Yes.
But Bertram, being a devious little rascal, plays dirty. He bribes Stewie's girlfriend to infect him with chickenpox using biological warfare. Yes, welcome to Toddler Cold War Germ Warfare Edition.
Damn you, Bertram! I thought we called no biological warfare! You swore on the seesaw!
Lois finds out Stewie's turned into a walking virus and immediately hauls him home for oatmeal baths and quarantine.
Come on, we gotta get you out of here.
No, damn you! I've got to finish what I started!
No, my God, you've put on weight. You're like one of those memory foam mattresses. Look, there's my face.
Stewie, lying in a tub like a soggy dictator, vows revenge. Stewie claims Bertram and his gang won't know what hit them. Just like when Peter was a baseball coach, Peter hires a questionable drifter as assistant coach.
He's got a clown costume in his trunk, so we know he's good with kids, and pictures of boys in their underwear, so he's probably had some medical training. Well, I'm gonna take off while he fits you for cups in that windowless supply shed. See ya!
As Bertram lounges around like the king of Sandbox Land, Stewie infiltrates the base, bypasses the guards with ninja-level stealth, and prepares to unleash justice.
Stewie, you're alive!
Yes, Bertram, I'm alive, and I think you'll find all your guards quite incapacitated.
You have an annoying habit of turning up where you're not welcome.
He swears that by the time he's done, Bertram will hate me more than vowels hate the letter Y.
All right, okay, you know what? I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back.
Well, look who decided to show up.
So, what are we talking about here?
Well, before you...
Oh, I'm sorry. F, what's up? No, I can talk.
The final showdown is an epic duel. Sword versus sword, brain versus brain, diaper versus diaper. It's intense. It's dramatic. It's Napoleon Dynamite meets Gladiator, but in Oshkosh Bagosh. In the end, Stewie outsmarts Bertram, wins the fight, and kicks him out of the playground like a medieval eviction notice.
So what happened with that kid you were telling me about?
Oh, he admitted defeat and ran off.
What a mook.
Number 2, The Scoliosis Saga, Season 15, Episode 14. So one day, Stewie suddenly starts complaining about some mysterious back pain, the kind of pain you get after carrying the weight of being the smartest person in a house full of idiots.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that hot oil massage bit again.
No, this time it's not a bit. I'm really hurt. I must have jacked it up playing sports and not trying to dance like Beyoncé.
Brian, ever the responsible one, suggests they call Lois and head to the hospital, but Stewie's like, ugh, ride with Mother. I'd rather crawl there backwards covered in broken glass.
Shut the door, baby. Don't say a word.
Okay, I guess that's not my part.
Of course, guess who ends up driving him anyway? Yep, Lois. Turns out little Stewie's got scoliosis. Basically, his spine decided it wanted to cosplay as a question mark.
Oh my God.
Oh no, am I gonna be a big shoe, small shoe guy?
Lois starts freaking out like it's the end of the world, but the doctor assures her, relax, it's fixable. Just slap a back brace on him and wait for the magic.
Oh dear.
Now, does he have any school pictures coming up?
Yeah, he actually does.
Well, then this will not be a refrigerator door year.
At school, Stewie's a bit self-conscious about looking like a rejected transformer, but then his teacher calls him a brave little warrior, and suddenly he's basking in the attention like a golden retriever who just learned how to skateboard.
You can hold the bunny.
Yeah, I'll pass on that, but the pretzel thing sounds up my alley.
Now if I could just find someone to wear this hero hat. I think I found him.
He even compares the experience to a pleasant surprise, like seeing a woman confidently driving a Porsche Cayenne without crying.
Huh. Wow, I did not expect that.
I wasn't telling you to go. I was trying to smell my own fart.
A few days later, while waiting for follow-up results, Stewie's bragging to Brian about all the sympathy he's racking up. People adore me, Brian.
Apparently, people love the wretched. Thanks to this thing, I was offered seats directly behind home plate at Fenway. I passed.
Then the doctor walks in like it's the finale of a soap opera and announces, good news, your spine's straight now. You can lose the brace.
It appears the back brace has corrected the spine very nicely.
That's wonderful. Stewie doesn't have to wear the brace anymore.
What? No, I can't give this thing up!
But Stewie, devastated. Without the brace, he's just a regular evil baby again, not the Royal Highness of back pain.
So, I have the most money in the world, right?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Great. Can you make sure my hair looks like anyone in a nursing home?
So he decides to keep wearing it, and naturally turns into a full-on jerk. We're talking cutting the line at Versilia, the fancy Italian restaurant, like he owns the place.
Excuse me, I have scoliosis. Excuse me, scoliosis coming through.
Hey, pal. Polio.
1,000 apologies.
Karma arrives in the form of a shriveled neck muscle. His tiny villainous head is now a bowling ball with no support.
Ryan! What is this? What's happening to me?
Oh my God, Stewie!
Stewie desperately begs Brian to take him to the hospital, but Brian's like, hang on, I'm watching this Jennifer Lawrence movie. She's about to cry while doing something quirky.
Brian, there's no nudity in that movie. Take me to the hospital!
What, so it's rated R for curses? God, this country.
In the end, they strap Stewie into a bigger, even more ridiculous brace that makes him look like a rejected sci-fi prop.
Is it noticeable?
Oh, nothing that can't be fixed with a string of chili pepper Christmas lights.
The novelty wears off fast, and he becomes a walking punchline, the kind of kid people bring up in therapy years later.
I wore that brace for the next 5 years of my life. The kids stopped cheering the second day. Then it was just, get off the swing, you Christmas turd.
Number 3, Stewie Goes Mentally Nuclear, Season 18, Episode 9, Ah Christmas. A time for joy, love, and watching your baby brother have a full-on mental breakdown in public. Meg was put in charge of taking Stewie to the mall to meet Santa Claus, a task she accepted like it was a TikTok challenge.
I want a new TV, and it can't be a Vizio, Sony, or Samsung only, and I need it all set up before I turn it on. I don't want to have to do any of the things.
At first, everything seemed normal. That is, until Stewie sat on Santa's lap, looked up, and saw what he could only describe as the demon lord of retail hell. He immediately screamed like he'd just seen Lois twerking.
So, little boy, what would you like for Christmas?
Meg, ever the helpful big sister, Reed absolutely not. Tried to calm him down by holding him still for a photo.
It's okay. Just sit on Santa's lap. Ugh, some people push their kids to do stuff way too soon. Do you agree, Dr. Baby Violin?
I really do.
But her deranged smile while sitting on Santa's lap made her look like she'd just joined a cult. Honestly, at that point, Stewie was more afraid of Meg than of the jolly old soul in red.
Everyone feels so...
Meg, what are you doing? You look like Mom when she sits on the washing machine.
Meg completely lost it, screaming at everyone to shut up so she could fully experience the emotional vibrations of Santa's thighs. You know, classic Christmas stuff.
Now, what would you like for Christmas, little boy?
Shut up, everyone! Shut up! Shut up! Just shut up!
Back home, Stewie didn't sleep for 2 days. He was so traumatized, his nervous system did a factory reset.
Can you pass the milk? Stewie, can you pass the milk?
Shut up, everyone! Shut up! Shut up! Just shut up!
Brian, trying his best to be the voice of reason for once, told Stewie to forget the whole Santa debacle, but Stewie kept hallucinating Santa like he was the ghost of holiday trauma past.
I mean, Santa Claus was bouncing us on his knee. Then it got a little faster, then faster, and the more he bounced, the bigger Meg's eyes got. It was... Just look at the picture!
Eventually, Stewie explained the whole thing to Brian, who finally got it, and broke it down to him like a preschool TED Talk.
I can't tell you explicitly since we're owned by Disney, but let me just say that Santa made her Little Mermaid Moana.
Oh!
Exactly.
Realizing the truth, Stewie calmly asked Brian to hand him Peter's fancy vomit hat, because this was a bougie breakdown, and he was about to barf with elegance.
God, this hat is deep.
Now there's my hat. Kids, I'm off to the opera. This opera stinks.
Just as Stewie was recovering, Meg swooped in again like the Grinch's unhinged cousin, dragging him back to Santa 2.0. Stewie tried to hide, but escaping Meg is like trying to uninstall preloaded apps on your phone. Impossible.
How did she find me? That's my best hiding spot. No! Oh, and by the way, Rupert, after what I saw, I know you've been faking it this whole time.
At the mall, Stewie sang to himself to stay sane until he sat on Santa's lap again and... surprise! It was Peter. Yep, their own dad, in a Santa suit, doing a side hustle.
Huh. Something's different.
Hey, Meg, can you cut that out?
Dad?
Please don't tell your mother about this. I took an extra job. I don't make much money, and Christmas is very expensive.
While Meg was distracted with her creepy Santa obsession, Stewie ran to the ice cream stand for some emotional support sugar, but the kids at the next table were loudly saying Santa was amazing, which only made him want to punt them into a snow globe.
Come on, we've got to visit Santa at another mall.
I can't go back to Santa, man. I can't.
Hello again?
Hi.
That's the guy that was peeing in the women's bathroom.
So Meg takes him to yet another mall, but the new Santa doesn't vibe like the first one. Meg goes nuts, assaults the poor guy, gets kicked out.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
Wait, this isn't working. Were you at the Quahog Mall last night?
No.
And Stewie, emotionally nuked, tries to end it all. Thankfully he fails, because this is Family Guy, not Game of Thrones.
Time to sleep in heavenly peace. Wow,
Looks like that baby is all wet.
Number 4, Gets Sick from Holy Water, Season 4, Episode 8. In this absolutely unholy episode of Family Guy, Peter buys, on credit of course, 8 entire crates of Ipecac syrup from Mort because nothing screams responsible adult like bulk ordering vomit fuel.
All right, you guys, I got 8 crates of Ipecac from Mort, all on my tab. Now, whoever goes the longest without puking gets the last piece of pie in the fridge.
He then proposes a challenge so stupid it circles all the way back to genius. Everyone drinks the syrup and sees who can hold out the longest without blowing chunks.
Okay, here we go. How's everybody doing?
Good. Good so far.
All right.
Nothing yet.
Cool.
At first, it's all laughs and casual small talk about cake. But around the 10-minute mark, Peter mid-sentence suddenly projectile vomits like he's auditioning for The Exorcist, a New England edition.
You know, I don't know if you guys had any of that pie already, but that is some tasty stuff. That's from the bake sale that Lois was...
Stewie's next, barfing with such force you'd think his tiny organs were trying to escape. One by one, the griffins fall like dominoes of disgust.
Ooh, one down. I know somebody who won't be having any...
I'm starting to feel funny.
Well, I feel fine. I guess I'm gonna...
The last man standing, Chris, the prize, eternal regret, but plot twist, no one can stop puking.
That means I win. I get to eat...
Oh God, why didn't anybody tell me?
Stewie goes from evil genius to terrified toddler, crying that he doesn't want to do this anymore, only for his body to rebel like it's been possessed by the ghost of Taco Bell.
No, please, no more.
Dad, I'm scared.
Brian tries to dial 911, but good luck using a phone when everyone's treating the living room like it's a vomitorium.
I think I don't want to. Peter, I need you to hold my ears.
Just when you think the nightmare's over, Lois casually walks out of the kitchen like it's a normal Tuesday and cheerfully asks, "Who wants chowder?"
Who wants chowder?
Number 5, Stewie Gets PMS, Season 20, Episode 19. At one of the Griffin family's classic backyard shindigs, complete with burgers, bad decisions, and probably Peter trying to deep fry something that shouldn't be deep fried, Stewie decides to spice things up by attempting a dangerous water slide stunt called the Death Board.
All right, time to slippery slide.
You sure? Slippery slides are a nightmare of unexpected bumps and mishaps.
Because nothing says toddler summer fun like imminent paralysis. Brian, being the voice of reason, for once, begs him not to do it.
Because the multicultural kids on the box seem to be having fun. Hi!
Hola!
I'm a real boy who was put here by a witch!
Okay, Bri, watch and learn.
But Stewie naturally says screw logic, slides down the thing, and ends up eating more dirt than character development in Meg's plot lines.
Hey, fun! Ah! Ooh!
Public humiliation. You must be a United States Senator.
Good one, Joe.
That night, Stewie notices a suspicious bloodstain on his pants. Does he assume it's from the crash? Of course not. He jumps straight to the conclusion that he's gotten his first period.
Oh my God, there's blood in my pants, and it's coming from my crotch. I've seen enough commercials during The Good Wife to know there's only one explanation. Rupert, I'm having my period.
Yup, in his mind, this is his Italian baptism moment. Sacred, dramatic, and probably involving a lot of pasta.
You will now drive a Camaro, hate every minute of your yearly vacation to Italy, and get very upset when your sister starts to date.
Sorry I'm late. I brought Clark.
Hey! Father, drown me in this water. She's breaking my heart.
Fully embracing his menstrual journey, Stewie starts acting like a hormonal teen in a tampon commercial. He complains about cramps, sighs dramatically, and downs pain relief for menstrual cramps like it's rosé at brunch.
Ugh, Rupert, I need my heat pad, I need Kate, I need Leo, and I need ice cream. And I need not a word from you about it.
Brian, rightfully confused, is like, what the hell is going on? To which Stewie drops the bombshell. I'm having my period.
I'm having my period. It's like the shining elevator down there.
My 21st century box has been conquered by Eric the Very Red.
Yeah, this is getting dangerously close to a Will and Grace now.
Brian tries to explain, dude, you're bleeding because you crashed into the hydrangeas doing a kamikaze slip and slide, but Stewie isn't having it.
Brian, it's 2022. There's no such thing as a boy anymore, or a girl. Just a vast sea of chubby theys and thems, so coddled by their sanctimonious woke parents who think activism is virtue signaling on Instagram.
According to him, it's 2022, gender is obsolete, and all that's left are overfed blobs raised on screen time and sugar.
If Martin Luther King could come back and see what they were doing in his name, he'd never stop throwing up.
Maybe you are having your period.
But plot twist, the next morning Stewie feels fine, the blood's gone, most would move on. Stewie? Oh no, he goes on Google and concludes that he's pregnant now. Naturally, he reacts like a teenage girl on a CW drama, clutching Rupert and whispering, "How did this happen to us?"
I have Stewie on one. He says he's been trying your cell. Stewie, he just stepped into a meeting. We'll have to return.
Number 6, Sushi Poisoning, Season 22, Episode 1. In this fever dream of an episode, Meg volunteers to be the surrogate for a gay couple, because clearly that was on everyone's bingo card.
Mom, Dad, I'm having Bruce and Jeffrey's baby.
That's wonderful. What do you say we take this party to the top of the stairs?
Top of the stairs. It's not an abortion, it's an oopsie.
While Stewie suddenly becomes obsessed with Japanese sushi, like anime-level obsessed.
Dad, sush. Ma, sush. Chris, sush. Meg, no sush. Don't even answer, Meg. She's like, I want sush so bad. I'm like, no, Meg. No sush, babe. Anyway, I'm gonna go out and get some sush. I'll be at CVS.
After Meg successfully delivers a baby girl, Stewie decides it's time to celebrate. With raw fish, obviously. He invites the whole family out for sushi, but they just stare at him like he suggested eating raccoon meat off the sidewalk.
All right, sush time for Meg. I know you want some hospital sush. No? Dad, sush? Pepsi Max? Ma? Diet Max? Sush?
Undeterred, our tiny wasabi warrior storms off to the hospital cafeteria for some solo sushi action. Spoiler alert, it ends exactly how you'd expect. Cut to Stewie in a hospital bed, fighting for his life and possibly still trying to order sashimi via IV drip.
Chris? Max? Code Red? Sush? No? Well, I'm getting some sush and a Max. I'll be at the cafeteria. Don't get the sush, guys.
Number 7, Stewie's Starvation Saga, Season 11, Episode 17. So Peter casually calls Stewie a little chunky.
Thanks for helping me set up this jungle gym, guys. Lois says Stewie's been getting a little chunky.
And you'd think that'd be the end of it, but no. Stewie, drama queen that he is, immediately sighs and goes, "And that's why I nearly starved to death that one time." Cue a flashback to him looking like a malnourished Victorian orphan, surviving on the emotional support of his stuffed animals.
Ugh, everybody's always commenting on my weight. This is why I almost died from anorexia.
You look fat.
Forget body image issues. This baby took passive-aggressive dieting to a whole new level. Number 8, Dislocated Shoulder in Season 10, Episode 14. So Brian shows up to pick up Stewie from daycare, only to find him looking like he just crawled out of a dumpster behind a Taco Bell.
That was finger paint day.
What the hell? Why didn't they clean you up before you left?
Brian, there's like 37 other kids in there. One was in a drawer all day.
Naturally, Brian starts questioning the competence of the staff, and Stewie, with the wisdom of a 1-year-old Bond villain, scowls and says, "Adults are idiots. The world would be way better if kids ran the place."
Tonight on NBC, Shapes. And then, Colors. Followed by an all-new Dad's Keys.
The next day, Brian comes back to investigate and, surprise, the daycare has devolved into a post-apocalyptic kid casino. Children are gambling, unsupervised chaos reigns, and honestly, it looks like a deleted scene from Mad Max Toddler Edition. One kid might actually be dead. Nobody cares.
Oh, what happened to that kid? He fell off a stool trying to turn off Maury Povich.
This is awful. Where's your teacher?
Probably out back.
Brian storms out back to confront the teacher, only to be stopped in his tracks by her legs. Yes, her legs.
Who are you?
Brian. Brian Steele. I was just dropping Stewie off.
Oh,
I should probably go back in there, see how everyone's doing, I guess.
Ah, they're fine.
They're so stunning, Brian forgets he's mad and instantly falls in love like a horny golden retriever at a Victoria's Secret runway show.
In fact, I see Stewie reading a book.
Scratch and sniff. Lindsay Lohan goes jogging. Oh, God, that's terrible. Oh, here's a pop-up book. Tommy Lee goes boating.
Next class? Worse. A random creepy dude just strolls in and kidnaps a child. And what do the adults do? Absolutely nothing. They probably thought it was a bring-your-own-criminal activity.
Yes? May I help you? Hey, put him down! Who are you? I can't stop him! Can anyone stop him? No? Well, he's gone.
Brian shows up again under the guise of checking on Stewie's well-being, but let's be real, he just wants to flirt with Miss Emily.
Oh.
Hey, Emily. Yeah, I had some time between cases. I thought I'd see how you were doing.
That's so nice of you. Let me just put these bags away and throw some saltines in the yard for the kids.
Stewie, ever the blunt little savage, calls Brian a bad dog, which stings more than it should. Brian apologizes but insists he and Emily have this emotional connection. Translation, he's got it bad and he's not getting better.
Do you like this? I just got it.
Say you like it, or she's going to spend the rest of the afternoon out returning that stuff.
Looks great. Wow, you really fill these things up.
Brian even invites her to lunch instead of a movie because, as he says, last time I went to the movies, I cried at the Minions trailer and I'm still not over it.
We're good friends, aren't we, Milo?
We're best friends, Otis.
No! No! I reject the premise of this!
Now you've got the worst duo imaginable. Brian the delusional dog and Emily the daycare dominator teaming up while poor Stewie's stuck in the middle. But Stewie ain't having it. He rises up like a tiny gladiator to take her down. Result, one severely dislocated shoulder.
Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't just sleep on it, Funny?
Does this look like I slept on it, Funny? I'm gonna tell Mom. Mom!
You are not going anywhere.
Brian, being the absolute worst, refuses to take Stewie to the hospital and instead attempts some barbaric DIY treatment, like he learned first aid from a caveman.
Mom! We're in here, Lois. He's napping. Relax. I'm gonna pop it back in.
Stewie screams in pain, tries to call Lois for help, but Brian stops him like some toxic ex saying, "Don't involve your mom in this."
I'm not saying I like pain, but I'm not saying I don't like it either.
Congratulations, Brian. You're not just a bad dog. You're the worst dog. And Stewie, just another kid with a busted arm and a front row seat to adult failure. Number 9. Stewie gets his brain scrambled. Season 15, Episode 15. During a casual grocery run with the fam, Chris accidentally drops Stewie's beloved teddy bear on the floor. A helpful employee picks it up, but mistakes Stewie for a little girl.
Hey, watch your fat arms!
Excuse me, ma'am. Your little girl dropped her teddy bear.
What? Little girl?
Yeah, she hates it when she drops that.
Big mistake. Huge. Stewie's ego takes a nosedive.
I don't know, maybe she saw you try to throw that feather in the yard yesterday.
Hey, don't watch me when I'm doing stuff.
What are you doing, kid? Those aren't free.
Oopsie poopsie!
Aw, God bless you. Help yourself.
That mouth. All thanks to Lois. Determined to prove he's all man, Stewie suits up in American football gear, rocking jersey number 96 like Michael Sam.
That a Michael Sam jersey?
Yep, 2 boy names. Doubly masculine.
Like George Michael?
Shut up!
Come on, Stewie, are you still hung up about that woman at the grocery store thinking you're a girl?
Elton John is another.
But just wearing the uniform isn't enough. No, sir. Stewie wants to play, to physically dominate the gridiron and crush any doubt about his masculinity.
You don't have to play football to prove you're a boy.
Barney Frank is yet another one.
Chris, please. Actually, you know what? Ricky Martin. There's a bunch of these.
Brian, ever the voice of reason and sarcasm, points out the obvious. They're not gonna let a toddler play full contact football. But Stewie's like, please, I'm bad news for the other team. And no one likes bad news. Except Larry. That guy hates himself.
Larry, I'm afraid you only have 3 months to live.
Chris and Brian reluctantly take him to the football field, secretly hoping he'll chicken out at the sight of linebackers built like vending machines.
Wow, so these are the wife beaters of tomorrow. Which team is Stewie gonna be on?
He's not gonna be on any team. He's just overcompensating because he was called a girl. But once he sees how big the other kids are, he'll back out.
Nope. Stewie's hyped. He's all in. This is terrible.
Yeah, football, boy stuff, hitting the shower, getting embarrassed, going home to shower.
Brian tries to drag him off the field, but a woman mocks him for being overprotective.
I mean, look at him. My Tyler would kill him out there.
Okay, well, believe me, there's more to him than you'd think. Come on, Stewie.
You know, ballet is great exercise. Maybe you should put short stack in a tutu.
Brian, unable to resist peer pressure from a total stranger, lets Stewie stay to reclaim his honor.
Okay, I guess we'll see who's got the toughest kid here.
Yeah, I guess we will.
Hey!
Oopsie poopsie!
Aw.
The coach benches Stewie for being 3 apples tall, but Brian insists he play. Stewie hits the field and gets flattened in under 30 seconds, like cartoon pancake flattened.
All right, and nobody's blocking.
Brian rushes over. You okay, buddy? Only to learn Stewie now has brain damage.
Back off! He may have a concussion.
A concussion?
You do me an honor, Lieutenant, but my dance card is full.
After a full day of lying catatonic, Stewie finally wakes up, with one eye completely black and a phone ringing non-stop inside his brain. Yep, that's a thing now.
Hello, this is Brian Griffin. Actually, I already received the New York Times, and I always enjoy finishing the crossword puzzle.
You're bragging to nobody?
Phone's still ringing.
Crap.
Brian and Chris try to brainstorm a fix. Chris, channeling 100% Looney Tunes logic, suggests smacking Stewie in the head again. Brian sensibly objects, but Chris clocks him with a book anyway and knocks him across the room.
The world looks mighty good to me, 'cause Tootsie Rolls are all I see. Whatever it is I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
And hey, it works. Stewie wakes up in the hospital, declared a real man, officially shutting down all those gay rumors.
It takes a real man to take a hit like that. Feel better, sport.
How about that? Real man.
See, I told you, Stewie. You're a big tough boy.
Number 10, Stewie gets roasted, literally. Season 5, episode 11. After a sunny day on the golf course with his dad, Stewie returns home looking like a walking rotisserie chicken. But instead of being concerned, he's thrilled, checking himself out in the mirror, convinced he now looks like Eartha Kitt.
Wow, look at me. I'm a young Eartha Kitt. President Johnson, bring our boys home from Southeast Asia. It's an unwinnable war.
Brian walks in and does a double take, and Stewie, full of swagger, declares he's hotter than that sex-addicted girl from Wisconsin who used to live upstairs.
Oh, crap! Oh, crap! Oh, crap! 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 Oh, crap.
Now calling himself Tan Stewie, he sunbathes constantly in the backyard, striking every seductive pose in the Victoria's Secret catalog. Even adopts an Italian playboy persona, complete with a fake mustache and a convertible, and tries to seduce Lois and Meg.
Hey, ladies, you mind if I park here? I'll only be a few minutes.
Stewie, what is that on your lip?
I drew a pencil mustache. I like it because it's just above my lip. The kind of mustache that says, yeah, I've been nude on camera, what of it?
Lois immediately picks him up, wipes his mustache off with her spit, and traumatizes him so badly he says it's like having dinner with Martin Landau.
Yeah, maybe we could talk about something else.
You know, my wife and I are very involved in Planned Parenthood, which provides possibilities for people who are underprivileged.
Maybe chew your food a little, champ.
Stewie starts hosting backyard campouts with new friends, turning the place into a full-on frat party. He introduces Brian to Devin, a pretentious young director.
Right, possibly?
You're talking out of your ass.
It doesn't matter, Brian. I'm tan. Hey, Brian. Look at my tan walk.
The second Stewie leaves, Devin pitches Brian a film script, a Brokeback Mountain remake, told from the horse's perspective.
Hey, the sun's been up for an hour. Shouldn't we get riding?
Are they still sleeping?
I don't know. I'll check.
What? What is it?
Oh my God!
What?
Oh my God! Run!
Desperate to keep his bronze glow, Stewie invents a DIY tanning machine and tells Brian, "Wake me in 3 hours."
Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? But not too fast, 'cause Stewie takes it slow.
Brian, being Brian, falls asleep and Stewie ends up baking in there for 6.5 hours. Basically slow roasted like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Hey, buddy. I was just coming to tell you it's time to get out.
I've been in there for 6.5 hours, you son of a bitch! Don't touch me!
Well, how can you get up?
I'll try.
When he finally emerges, he's in pain and sizzling like bacon, begging Brian to spray him down with lotion like he's a piece of flaming fajita.
I can't do it. Get the lotion. Put the lotion on me.
Brian? Oh, hi, Mr. Furley.
Never mind, I'll come back later.
Days later, Stewie's skin begins to peel, but now there's a mysterious mole on his stomach. Brian suspects it might be cancer.
The C word?
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
No, cancer.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it's not important. Oh no, cancer.
At the hospital, the doctor says they'll need a few days for test results. Naturally, Stewie spirals into full drama queen mode.
A few days? I could be dead by then.
Brian tells him, let's just wait and see, to which Stewie snaps, Jim Henson waited and look what happened to him.
Hey, Swedish chef.
Oh, hey, Kermit, what's going on?
I'm hungry.
Oh, that's no problem. I could cook you something. You want some spaghetti? That's like my specialty in junk.
Yay!
Bracing for the worst, Stewie makes a dramatic bucket list and forces Brian to help carry it out.
I love you.
What? What'd you say?
Olive juice.
Olive juice?
Olive juice, you too.
Eventually, he lies in bed like a tragic Victorian child, begging Brian to record his final thoughts.
Oh, squiggly line in my eye fluid. I see you there, lurking on the periphery of my vision. But when I try to look at you, you scurry away.
Just then, the phone rings. It's the doctor. Good news, no cancer. Stewie's fine. Brian breathes a huge sigh of relief, mostly because he was one dramatic monologue away from jumping out a window.
Let's see what you've got so far. Oh, you are just the worst type of person.
Number 11, Stewie gets high as a kite. Season 5, episode 15. In this episode, Lois has a sudden epiphany. Faith is the backbone of family life. Unfortunately, her own family's spiritual backbone is looking more like a limp noodle, especially Meg.
Meg, what happened to you?
She can't answer you. She can't even talk. Ever since she started smoking pot, she just kind of lays there. It's really sad.
Meg's been getting high more often than Peter gets fired, and instead of helping the family, she's just vibing through life like a background character in a Snoop Dogg video. Worst of all, she somehow gets Stewie high too.
And a tiny bit funny. Oh my god, I think I'm getting a contact high.
Oh, no, I messed up too.
Yep, our sweet evil baby ends up baked like a tray of brownies at Woodstock. Number 12, Stewie goes full cuckoo, season 3, episode 18. In a shady scheme to kick Brian out of the house, Stewie convinces him to audition at the local theater.
Well, at first I wanted you to fail, but then I realized you'd be out of the house 5 days a week, which means I'd be free to throw some of my sexy parties.
The judges are bored stiff by Brian, but totally blown away by Stewie, who immediately gets accepted into the prestigious Quahog School for Performing Arts.
Oh, splendid! This calls for a sexy party.
The only problem, once enrolled, Stewie sucks. Like, can't even make a horn honk kind of sucks.
Thank you. Thank you. That was, me farting.
When he hears that both he and his eternal nemesis Olivia are on the chopping block, Stewie proposes they team up.
Well, I need someone to make me look good.
I don't know.
Well, fine. Refuse my offer. Get booted out of this place and wind up like Linda Evans.
Linda Evans, we have a spill in aisle 9. Linda Evans, spill in aisle 9.
Surprisingly, they crush their performance, ace the big school exam, and suddenly become the hottest musical duo in town. Basically the Sonny and Cher of Quahog, but with more sass and less facial hair.
Watch this. Are you watching? That's for me ever having doubted you. A+. And that's for you wearing purple pants with blue socks. Ew. I totally called him on it.
Fame suits them until they get into a diva-level fight over what to wear on stage.
You're painted up like some attention-grabbing Jezebel.
Well, you're one to talk. You've been stuffing your diaper since day one.
It's where I keep my peppermint Mentos. Just because your breath reeks of rotten Lunchables doesn't mean mine has to.
1 minute they're arguing, the next they're throwing hands like it's John Wick, toddler edition. Olivia storms off in a rage.
Break it up! Break it up!
I don't need this act, and I don't need you. You've done nothing but hold me back. I quit.
Undeterred, Stewie decides to go solo. Bad idea. His solo act bombs harder than Meg's self-esteem.
Pocket full of miracles. Pocket full of miracles.
Somebody get a hook.
This is worse than Susical!
No, wait. I was about to do this thing.
The audience boos, one guy throws a beer bottle at his head, and morale plummets into the Marianas Trench.
You know, it's not easy living with my family. Bunch of characters they are. Like my father. Holy crap, Lewis. Check out the freaking log in the toilet.
Get off the stage!
Clinging to hope, Stewie shows up at his old manager's place with a creepy Olivia puppet and a dream. He's promptly shown the door.
Ask Stewie about his sexy parties. Ask Stewie about his sexy parties.
What were you thinking? I was just trying to... I'm not speaking to you. But Stewie, shut up!
The career crash shatters Stewie's mind. He completely loses touch with reality, babbling nonsense while Olivia goes on to become a full-blown superstar.
I was having a problem understanding why I'd be taking abuse from this lower-ranking officer played by Chris O'Donnell, and he told me, you don't have to understand it. Your character does. Oh, that always stuck with me.
When she finally visits him out of pity, Stewie begs for them to reunite. She declines and walks out, leaving Stewie fully broken.
This is it.
Hey, how you doing, kid?
Are you from wardrobe?
No, it's me, Brian.
Luckily, Brian pulls out a wake-up bell, because of course he has one, and snaps Stewie back to sanity. Mostly,
I brought what you wanted, but they wouldn't let me leave it, so,
Hit it once. Please. Just once.
Oh my God, I was flat. All right then, help me up. Let's go home.
Number 13, Radioactive Face Melt, Season 21, Episode 19. Despite his family's total indifference, Brian goes live on Instagram to share his writing tips, only to attract fewer viewers than a rerun of C-SPAN 3 at night.
You know what? I will ask him a question. Give me your phone. We're gonna take a quick break.
Still hopeful, he learns he qualifies for a verified badge, but Stewie points out that his checkmark is green, not blue, meaning his account's been hacked.
Ma'am, I wouldn't know what to do with that many Tommy Hilfiger t-shirts. Yuck.
Okay, you were right. I got hacked. Oh, I'm so mad that hacker has me seeing gray.
Red. It's red, Brian.
With Meg's help, because let's be real, she's always weirdly available, they trace the hacker to Chelyabinsk, Russia. Naturally, the trio hops on a plane to confront the cyber criminal.
We're really gonna go to a country at war, and we couldn't go to my business meeting on Fire Island?
What business meeting?
I sell bikini swimsuits for men of size.
You mean fat guys?
No.
But the second they land and get their passport stamped, BAM, radiation poisoning, their faces instantly melt into gooey zombie mush like they just walked through a nuclear microwave.
Enjoy 10 square kilometers of country that don't make Geiger counter go beep, beep, beep. Hey! It's that way.
Welcome to Russia. Please enjoy your glowing tumors. Number 14, Herpes Palooza, Season 12, Episode 16. One day while Brian's casually watching TV, Stewie shows up and insists they perform a brotherhood ritual.
I mean, we share the same home. We've been on countless adventures together. And besides, you owe me, Brian. Remember what you did to my last Halloween costume? I am going to be the cutest fire hydrant in the whole... Ah! What are you doing?
Against all common sense, they exchange blood, because apparently no one watched health class videos.
I feel like we're closer now. You know, more connected, more intertwined.
Yeah, I guess in a way we are.
Hey, are you blood brothers with Meg because you ate her tampon out of the trash?
No, that's something else.
Next morning, Stewie wakes up with full-blown herpes on his face and freaks out. He confronts Brian, who denies everything like a politician in a scandal. But Stewie proves it was him, CSI, Nursery Edition.
And now I have some very uncomfortable phone calls to make.
Hola, Handy Manny's repair shop. You break it,
we fix it.
Nanny, Nanny, I'm gonna need you to take me off speakerphone for this.
Brian brushes it off, but Stewie's life starts unraveling faster than a soap opera plot. He infects everyone at a wedding.
But your colors should be like yellow and gray. You know, I've always been against destination weddings, but it's nice to finally see Denver.
At school, he tries to hide his sores, but once the teacher spots them, he and Brian flee like Bonnie and Clyde with STDs.
Good Lord, nobody wants to be near me. This is lonelier than a Kennedy family reunion.
Where is everybody? Oh yeah, they're dead.
Later, Stewie confides in Rupert, only to be overheard by Chris, who reveals he got herpes from Brian, too. Apparently, Brian's been passing it around like a party favor.
He's a menace, like that coked-up giraffe at Studio 54.
Yep, people are watching. I'm that good.
Once cured, Chris and Stewie exact revenge. They sabotage Brian's chance with a girl he likes.
Wow, you must be such a good person to knowingly go out with a herpes-riddled dirtbag.
Ew! I'm sorry, Brian. I've got to go.
Damn it, you guys. Her dad's really rich.
To add insult to injury, they hack his Facebook and demand payment. Chris wants to drive Brian's car alone to the end of the street, and Stewie, he just wants trust.
What about you? I want to go on a date with Nev Campbell so I can give her a nice ladle of stew.
What? How am I supposed to even find her? Damn it, Stewie, why are you being so vindictive?
Because, Brian, for the first time in my life, I realized...
Brian apologizes and swears he'll never lie again. He adds that herpes only flares up when Stewie's stressed.
It only really flares up during periods of great stress, like your wedding day or a big job interview.
So, what would you say some of your weaknesses are?
That's probably one of them.
Number 15, Stewie's Face Off, Season 19, Episode 12. Lois takes the kids to a museum, but things go downhill fast when the cashier insists Stewie looks older than a newborn.
You look fine. Guys shouldn't have those, by the way.
But the museum man... Meg wandered off. That may end up being a problem. The museum man just said I looked over too. That's mid-toddler. I ain't trying to hear that.
Deeply offended and possibly spiraling, Stewie decides to get Botox and fillers to look younger. So young, he might start crawling backward into the womb. Inspired by his youthful glow, Meg hops on the makeover train too.
Up there's Meg. She's wandering outside. She shouldn't be doing that, right?
Meg, come back inside. You're not in trouble, just come back inside.
She should be in her room thinking about what she did.
But Brian warns them that this is a huge mistake, like inviting ducks to the Boston Tea Party.
First, we're gonna storm that other ship and get all the bread and throw it in the water. Who's with me? And we gotta tear the bread into bite-sized pieces, for taxes!
At first it works. People start calling Stewie adorable and say he looks like a 10-month-old influencer. He's loving it.
My new look is working. I'm back into months.
Chris, what's all that lotion for?
Are you a scientist, Mom?
I'm a scientist.
It's for masturbating.
Until the addiction hits. Stewie overdoes it with the plastic surgery, ends up temporarily blind, and completely loses control of his face muscles. Like a puppet whose strings got cut by a caffeinated toddler.
I need your help. This is a nightmare. I couldn't afford Jennifer Aniston's doctor. I had to use Kenny Rogers.
They rush to Dr. Hartman, who doesn't even recognize Stewie and casually suggests breaking all the bones in his face and rearranging them.
Where'd you get your medical degree from?
I went to BU. You know our fight song, right? Doi, 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 doi.
Stewie's horrified, but also desperate enough to say, sure, let's smash it all. Miraculously, it works. He recovers fully, until he ignores all post-op instructions. Then his face literally collapses during preschool photo day.
Oh my God, Tyler, do you remember this?
I do. We've come a long way.
We've come a lot of ways.
Sad moment for Stewie, but hey, at least he got a headshot that no one will ever forget. Those are all the health problems Stewie's faced in Family Guy. Think one was worse than the rest? Drop a comment below and let's discuss.